Hello, welcome to Soulprint's weekly Pick Your Crystal reading. This is for August 28th through September 3rd. Thank you so very much for being here. I really enjoy your comments. I like knowing that these readings resonate with you. It's just very nice to be part of the Soulprint community. So let's get on, shall we? We have we're calling this one orange. I believe this is a moonstone. Might be amber. Not sure. We have this blue, black, so we're calling this lovely one blue and green. Okay, so just take a moment and see which one, two, or perhaps all three crystals call out to you. And let's get started. Okay. So those who selected this orange crystal, we have the Tower, don't freak, Four of Swords, Justice, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. All right. So, the Tower sometimes is perceived as sort of really terrible news and the world's going to collapse. But the reality is the Tower happens when something in our life needs to shift or change, when something isn't working, or when its time has sort of come to an end. And so because it's in this position, it feels as if the Tower moment has probably already happened, or perhaps you might even be in the midst of it. But it's really important to remember that when things end, they weren't meant, okay? So either their time has been served and they're not meant to go forward, the foundation they were built on was not strong enough or clear-headed enough, or it could just be that you have kind of carried a burden for a while, perhaps a responsibility, a difficulty, and that is coming to an end, and that is able to sort of allow you to release, okay? The Four of Swords so close to the Tower is telling, because the Four of Swords is that card of pausing. Sometimes it denotes illness. Sometimes it is about kind of recovery from a strain or a difficulty. So again, these two cards are sort of in harmony, right? So perhaps you were taking care of somebody who was ill. Perhaps you yourself have not been feeling well, and a lot shifted and changed in your world as a result of the illness. And this is the Knight, the Four of Swords is talking about kind of a period of recovery, a time out, but now being able to start moving forward and kind of getting on with. So this definitely looks like it has been a challenging time, but justice is here. And this is like lovely, right? Because justice is about bringing balance and harmony back into your life. It is about things that needed to be taken care of being taken care of. It is about righting wrongs. It is about, again, that balance, that harmony. And I want to say, one of the things that you have come through the Tower and the Four of Swords experience with is a great deal more wisdom, a lot more clarity about what is important and what is not important. It is sort of a knowing or an understanding now that perhaps you did not have at sort of the beginning of this process. But this is a place now, a time where you can bring that sort of balance back into your life, because this feels as if it really did occupy a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. It took up a lot of your space. And now there's this recovery period, And now you are able to re-establish a balance, but with wisdom. So there is a clarity now that perhaps there was not before. Because it's followed by the Knight of Cups. This is like really, really lovely news, right? Because the Knight of Cups brings really good news. Sometimes it can bring new relationships, sometimes love, sometimes a deepening of an existing relationship. But there's definitely a lovely energy to the Knight of Cups. It is about it's about just bringing in a more loving energy. It is about bringing new people into your life, new energy into your life. And so I guess what I want to say is, like if you've gone through this very, very difficult, challenging time, you may very well still be going through it. But this is Divine's way of telling you, of assuring you that ultimately you're going to find that balance, and ultimately you may very well find someone who is able to add some love into your life, some balance, a friendship, a kindness, that kind of energy. So this is really, really nice. It could be that you've gone through a difficult time within your marriage, and now it is stabilizing and there's a new beginning for that relationship. Lots of options here, but either way, it is assuring you that as you come through this difficult time, a balance is going to be achieved, and there is going to be an energy of new beginnings and happiness. And the blue crystal. Here we go. Eight of Swords, Four of Wands, the World, and the Fool. Wow. So this is really cool, right? Because in this reading, you have both the World and the Fool. So you have the first card and the last card of the High Arcana. So this is, again, definitely talking about endings and beginnings. Okay, so we're starting with the Eight of Swords, which tends to talk about, feeling restricted, feeling like you can't find your way forward, feeling that circumstances are sort of more in control of your life than you are, and really a feeling of not being able to kind of see your way clearly through. You perhaps have pulled back, maybe you have withdrawn. But either way, this is definitely a period that refers to, an emotionally difficult time. But the rest of the cards are really nice because with the Four of Wands sitting right beside there, it is an indicator that you have sort of received some help or some guidance from sort of community, your family community, your friendship community. They are there waiting to assist you, waiting to help you move through what is a difficult time. This could just be, depressions are really difficult to take. Perhaps that's something you're dealing with or fighting against. Perhaps you are dealing with a separation or a loss, and things just feel very, very challenging right now, and you're not quite sure, the direction to take. But there is support there, and they're helping you through literally this period of ending, this time of things coming to a close, and they're going to help you find your way so that you can move towards the Fool, the new beginning, the leap of faith. So this definitely talks about a very challenging energy, but an energy where you want to be very, very mindful that you don't pull back or pull away from your actual support systems. Very often when we are hurting, we withdraw, we retreat, and we sort of isolate ourselves. And sometimes that can be the absolute worst thing to do because it's harder to get clarity when we're only listening to our thoughts, and they're rolling around and around and around in our head on a wheel or a loop. So this is encouraging you to reach out to your community, friends, family. Perhaps this is a problem at work, so a coworker that you can trust. But there's definitely a feeling that you're really not alone in this, and that you can open up a little bit to bring in some support. And that was going to help you move through this difficult time and put this situation like to rest. Find a solution for it, put it to rest, move beyond it. And with the Fool here, this is about that exuberance and that happiness about finding a new way to move forward, a new start, a new beginning. It's about, just a change, and a positive change and a happy change. So again, a very lovely energy, but it's definitely about an ending and moving forward. And because of that ending, there's definitely this sort of energy here where you seem to be struggling a little bit, but you're being reminded ever so gently that there is support around you. You can find the assistance, the comfort, the help that you need. Isolating yourself is not going to be the answer or the solution. It's okay to retreat for a little while, to lick our wounds and cry our tears. But at some point, we need to reemerge kind of back into the world and start interacting again, because that is where the newer, vibrant energy is allowed to come forward. And you have some amazing energy trying to get to you. It's waiting in the wings for you to continue to move through this process. So whatever this is, again, this card is assuring you of much, much happier and better times ahead. Okay. And let's look at this green. Okay. Sorry, these cards got reversed from the way they came out of the deck. There we go. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of Pentacles here. So this is with Temperance. So this is about the mundane. Perhaps this is a work project you're trying to work your way through, something that you're dealing with, that you're having to be very systematic, very methodical. You just have to keep on pushing through. This could have to do with money. It could have to do with property. It could have to do with documentation. It may have to do with health. This, Pentacles are about the here and now. They're about material possessions, material things. And so this is definitely an indicator of working through a process of putting things in order, just one after the other, allowing you to work your way through to a sense of completion. The Three of Pentacles, again, is really nice here because this is about a sense of your core. There are people around you who can help you, who can support you, who can bring in some assistance to help you move through this. Temperance is interesting here because it's talking about finding moderation. So perhaps you have been working way too hard and over-focused on something, feel like you're almost not getting getting forward motion or momentum going. Perhaps it's time to call in your friends. Perhaps it's time to just get together with friends and sort of give your brain a rest. Move yourself from this sort of continual process that you're moving through here. But Temperance is just about finding, that balance. It is about things in moderation. So, not one extreme or the other. You need to, continue to keep that sense of moving through the process, but moving through it in a way that it is not exhausting, it is not debilitating you, it's not getting you frazzled or agitated, You have the resources, you have the help available to you. It's really important that you reach out if you need or require assistance, because that's going to help you find that temperance. It's going to help you find that balance and assure you that you're sort of not veering in any one direction in the extreme. The Knight of Pentacles here is kind of a really, really lovely little card, because the Knight of Pentacles talks about an eventual positive outcome. It talks about ultimately things coming together. It may take a lot of hard work. It may take the support of people. It may take finding that balance, but you can do it. And with the Knight of Pentacles there, it really is talking about you having a successful outcome to whatever this energy is that you're working your way through very, very methodically and systematically. So again, keep your balance, reach out for help, know that success is coming, but that you are still in that process of moving through this situation sort of systematically in a really organized way and fashion. All right, well, thank you so very much for being here for the Soulprint Pick Your Crystal weekly reading. Have a good week now. Bye-bye.